Hey, 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 hey. Happy Saturday morning. What's up, you guys? Welcome to episode number 28 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I feel like we're 3 games down. We're 0-3. And I feel like the only narrative that changes episode 28, and we're telling the same deja vu storyline with this team. It's just that now everyone's jumping on and telling the same story, no matter what you watch from TV to podcast. Everyone has the same narrative of this team. When? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to put something out on the field that's worth watching?
Well, what did I hear him say yesterday, Salah? When it clicks, when it finally clicks, you're going to see why this kid was the number 2 pick. All right. Well, when's that?
Yeah. And listen, Kevin, we have to judge Zach Wilson right now as a question mark because everything around him is just so bad. And I'm gonna go through the numbers as we get through our list, and so I'm not gonna jump on the numbers right now. After watching the Sam Darnold experience and fans throwing him under the bus, and once in a while on occasion you and I throwing him under the bus, I'm going to take the opposite approach. I'm not throwing Zach under the bus. I'm throwing all the bullshit around him under the bus.
No, they can't throw him under the bus yet. After 3 weeks.
If your name is Greg Van Roden or Roden or however you pronounce it.
How about that, dude?
Don't throw your teammate under the bus when you're part of the cause.
Your quarterback, no less.
Yeah, when you're part of the cause.
Supposedly your team leader, you're throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, you're part of the cause. And you know what? I thought the McGovern signing was a great signing 2 years ago. I don't think that anymore. I don't think that. He's another one who attacked people on social media,
And I understand what he was saying. The kid's got to get the ball out faster, but shut it. Walk up to him in the locker room and say that. Don't say that in the media. What the hell's the matter with you?
Yeah. But you know what? In disagreement with that, you want this kid to get the ball out quicker when you're giving him 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
And I believe the average quarterback gets 2.4, 2.5.
What did we say in the post game last week? We said he took the snap and the defense was in the backfield.
Yeah.
So
yeah. The more things change, the more they stay the same, right? That's exactly what we're witnessing. We're witnessing possibly a 4th year of less than 5 wins and the same narrative, the same storyline.
I went out last night with my brother, and we were sitting there and we were talking about this. And we were talking about how what I mentioned last week, how everybody leaves here and goes on to success. Bridgewater, Sam. We could go on and on and on and on and on. Vilma, all these people who leave and go on to have halfway decent careers. What is it about this place?
I'm going to make a joke. I don't, Kevin, I don't have an answer for you. But to rebut what you said, somebody must have heard you last week say that, because I don't know if you saw the article where Herndon for the Vikings has no catches this year, and Jamal Adams, as of 3 games in, is having the worst season he has as a pro. So somebody brought that up. So somebody definitely listened to what you said, and then, so those are 2 names we could hang our hats on that are having sucky seasons after I get you 100%, brother. I get you 100%. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here.
It kills you. It kills me when we had these people and you see them go on and they're successful, and it's just
I don't know.
It's just another Jet fan kick in the ass, punch to the stomach, whack to the nuts, or whatever you want to call it.
And listen, we had Sam here, so people are going to easily say, no, that project didn't work. But now he's 3-0. We had Bridgewater here, never got a fair shake because we did draft Sam, and now he's 3-0. These two quarterbacks in 3 weeks have 6 wins combined, and we might go through another season where we don't even come close to sniffing six wins.
6 wins, right?
You know, and here's the first of my many numbers I'm going to give during today's podcast.
And I'm tired of hearing, well, we never expected to, next year, we never expected this year, but it was a trial and error thing. We want to see, as long as we're getting better. Bullshit.
The thing is,
the whole idea is to win the goddamn Super Bowl.
No, and listen,
we're trying to get our crap together, and
And I get what you're saying. If I take the opposite approach and say, I wasn't expecting a playoff team, I wasn't expecting a Super Bowl team, I was expecting competitive football. And in 12 quarters, Kevin, we have only played 2 quarters of competitive football, if you even want to call it that. We were already down 16-0 before the competitive juices kicked in.
And I think the only reason you did that is because it was, first game, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, jitters from both sides. Maybe the Panthers wanting to give Donald such a good win that once they went up 16-0, they went a little more conservative. Anyway, let's sweep week 1, week 2, and week 3. We're into week 4, but I wake up on Monday morning to this fun stat, which I think you'll like. And this is one of many numbers we'll throw out there today.
Let's hear it.
Since 2017 up until the end of week 3, our record is 18-49. 18-49, and we're tied for the worst record in the NFL with our neighbors, the New York Giants.
Give me that time period again.
From 2017, the start of 2017 up until the end of last Sunday's game, week 3, we are 18-49. That's tied with the Giants for the worst record.
That is beyond brutal.
Yeah.
Beyond brutal.
So is somebody buried under the stadium in MetLife?
Half.
Yeah, and they're not Jet and Giant fans, and the bounces just don't go our way because both these teams who play in the same stadium are 18-49 and tied for the worst record in football.
That's freaking brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Here's another number for you. We have been outscored 51-6 in the last 2 games. 51-6 in the last 2 games.
That's close, right? It's close.
Yeah. Those are those progressive steps that we're hoping to get better.
That's that competitiveness where, those are those great practices every week transitioning to the field. Yep.
And like I said, these are my Monday notes. As you know, Croft is day to day, but is he playing on Monday? Is he playing tomorrow? Did you hear?
I know. I have him as questionable. That's all I've heard.
And we know Moore is out with the concussion. We'll get more to that as we go on. But those were my Monday notes. It feels like my Monday notes never change. Every Monday I wake up to some stat that makes our organization
that's brutal. Some brutal stat.
You know,
and you know what I find funny? That these people publish these brutal stats.
Yeah. And I thought, Kevin, the worst stat is when I said to you last week, we have 31 losing seasons out of 62. I thought that was a brutal stat, but then
listen, that's a lot of bad football.
Yeah.
A lot. You wonder how we stay fans.
Yeah. So, and bringing that up, that we stay fans, we always talk about how the kids from, let's say, 15 to 10, unless their dads or uncles or older brothers or cousins are Jet fans, the kids today aren't Jet fans. They have access to a million different games. They're watching a million different sports networks. Would you and I stay Jet fans back in 1980 if we had NFL Network, ESPN, Fox Sports, all
Who
these
know?
direct
Oh,
TV with
who knows,
50,
man? Who
you
knows?
know?
That's a lot of choices, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, back then you had, being a kid living in New Jersey, New York,
uh-huh,
you had two choices. You had the Jets or the Giants.
yeah,
That was it. I mean,
yeah.
even though the Bills are in New York, nobody ever considered the
No,
Bills a
we
New York
never,
team. No.
yeah. You never
So,
got them here locally unless they played the Jets or the Giants.
and I mean, thank God as a kid I was a Montana fan and I got to watch the 49ers or else my football youth would have been misery.
Yeah. And the only time you really got to watch the finals if it was Monday Night Football
Right, right. A
until
national
ESPN
right.
kicked in a
Mhm.
little. I think in the early '80s, ESPN went on the air, so in mid '80s.
And every once in a while, the regular broadcast networks would have a national game at four
True,
o'clock or
that
whatever,
is true.
and you'd catch the Niners
No,
sometimes.
that
Yeah.
is true. Like I remember there was a time in my life, and I think it was between maybe 19 to 22, where I watched my Jets, but I wasn't following them as much. Like I was still watching them, still rooting for them, but I found myself leaning towards the Saints and that great defense led by Pat Swilling and those guys. And I found myself, and again, I was wondering if that team was on every week. If I had DirecTV was around back then, would I have changed Legion? So I don't know. I
Were
don't know
you a
because
were you a Snake fan, a Stabler fan?
Kenny, this I wasn't I rooted, like I watched him on highlights and thought he was great, but I wouldn't say I was a fan, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I did
Hmm.
like watching that Saints defense, and Bobby A. Bear did enough to get that, and they never won a
Bobby A.
playoff game, but
Bear.
they always did enough to get themselves in the playoffs. They always seem to put a decent product on that field on
Hmm.
the Memorial for that 3 or 4 year stretch. And I just wonder if we would have been Jet fans back in '79 if we had access to all
That's a
this
good
stuff.
that's a good question. Like I
You
said,
know,
that's a lot of choices.
like we were down last time. We were down Sunday against Denver at half. And I looked over to my boy and I said, son, if you want to go in your room and do something else, you don't have to. I don't want to. I know he's trying to hang
If
tough
you
with
want to
his.
go if you want to go stick pins in your eyes rather than watch this, you
Yeah,
might.
exactly. And I think he's hanging tough for me. Like he thinks because he hears his dad put in his lumps and his dad's friends like yourself put in their lumps. He feels like
Don't,
he needs to earn his badge and he doesn't need to waste a Sunday on
son,
that.
don't
You know?
torture yourself, son.
Yeah. Go out and play football with your friends. You'll learn
Right,
more.
right, right.
You
Yes,
know? You know?
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do we got? The good thing for us this week is the two wide receivers out for the Titans,
Yep.
Julio and AJ Brown.
Yep. Bud
Um,
Dupree on defense is out.
yep, yep.
They have about 8 guys out, I believe. I could be wrong, but they have a good chunk. So you know what the narrative is, right? We win and we won because they had all these guys out. We lose and we're just a laughing
Man,
stock.
you're really freaking bad that you lost with all those at home, no less, with all those guys out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I know.
I mean, it'll be nice to see Mims
Yes. Yeah. And Crowder.
and
And
Crowder.
Crowder. So let me, before I go on to my Tuesday numbers, if we win, regardless, because you play who's on your schedule, and we've always said next man up, next
Yep.
man up. So if we win, we win. The Tennessee fans will decide that the Jets won because they're hurt, but we won because we won, let's say. Does the fan base start to scream about what could have been if Mims and Crowder played from week 2 or week?
Depends. We see what kind of games they have.
Yeah.
I mean, if like we were saying before, if Mims goes out and lights it up, then you might have fans saying, "Well, what the hell?
All
Where's
right.
Where's this guy been?"
Let's say we lose a tight one, but Mims goes, 5 catches, 87 yards. Is that good enough numbers that you say, why wasn't he playing? Now, Crowder, they're always going to hang the groin issue. Same thing with Crowder. He goes 5, 6 catches, 92 yards and a touchdown. They're going to start to say, was this the groin? Like, and now he's 100%. Like, I don't know what Jet Nation is going to say. I'm just looking for some positives off the negatives off the I don't know where to go anymore, Kevin. I'm at a loss, and it's week 4. It's week 4.
Whoa, this is every freaking year, man. You're at a loss by week 4. Come on.
I know.
We shouldn't we shouldn't be surprised. I said, I think I posted somewhere on Twitter or something. There's a little meme I have of a dude sitting there with a gun in his mouth, and it says hashtag Jets game day. And I said I wanted to retire that picture. I haven't been able to retire it yet.
Yeah. Or the other one, I believe you might have sent it to me. I know I've got it. I should post it. The one where the Grim Reaper is knocking on the door of all the Jet quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And he's just about to get to Zach's door.
Yep.
That's where it feels like it's heading.
And and go ahead and talk crap about, oh, you're so pessimistic. No. In reality, baby. In reality, I know what I'm watching. What are you watching?
Yeah. And the thing is, Kevin, I want to take this stance, and I'm going to do it right here. I know the numbers aren't good on Zach, and I have some numbers as we get down this list. I saw what happened with Sam and how the Jet fans turned on him and blamed him, and maybe rightfully so. Maybe I just have Google Gaga for Sam as a quarterback because I do think he's better than what he was given. We're seeing the same story here with Zach, but I'm not going to blame Zach. This team needs to fix everything around Zach if they want this kid to survive this year and into the future as a Jet quarterback. Or in 3 more years, we're going to be back to the draft board looking to see who's the #1 quarterback coming out in 2025.
What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Okay. It's going to be a beautiful day. Packed stadium. Okay. What's going to happen if he comes out, throws dirt balls to wide open receivers, throws a pick or two, in the first couple series? MetLife going to start booing?
Here's what I'll say to that.
Going to get inside this kid's head?
Here's what I'll say to that. If we have our first series and it's whatever, 3 and out or a no score, I think the Jets fans will be calm with that. As long as our defense holds them to a 0. As long as our defense keeps the game even, Zach and the offense will bide their time. But when you got guys like Greg Van Roten throwing our quarterback under the bus and saying he's got to get the ball out quicker when technically...
Like I said, you got something like that to say. You walk up to the kid in the locker room and you say, hey, come here, listen, whatever you want to say to him. Yeah. You don't go out. You don't come out in the media and do that. No, especially when the kids played 3 games. Come on, get a grip, dude.
And I believe I forgot who, so my numbers might be off, but Jet fans could tell us. Zach is averaging 1.7 seconds to get the ball out, where I believe the league average is like 2.4, 2.5. So
that's like a 1.5 step drop.
Yeah. And Mr. Van Roten, whatever, you're being pummeled in week 2, got Mekhi Becton hurt because you were pushed around like a friggin' daisy.
I saw an article, I forget who it was by. But the dude's like an offensive line guru or something.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And he said he needs to go.
Yeah.
He said he'd be out of the lineup so fast it would be his head would spin.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, and I agree with everything he said. He's a genius when it comes to, he's trained a lot of old linemen. But with this article, it just opens up more negativity, more disruption, more divide in that Jet locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Because now even McGovern's having issues because some fans called him out on a misplay and they showed the play. And McGovern explains to them why they're knuckleheads for thinking this way because they don't know the X's and O's. No, we don't. We never, and me and you never said, but we know what we saw. And on that play,
I know
we in there alone, and the guy runs right up the middle. You couldn't turn around. I mean,
we know what we're watching. The X's and the O's. You don't know X's, and that's bullshit. We know what we're watching.
Yeah, well, you missed the guy or didn't want to have anything to do with him because in your peripheral vision, you have to see this guy come. Lay a chip on him or something to buy the extra second and a half.
Right, just knock in something.
Yeah, I've
No,
never claimed I know X's and O's, but I saw that play and that looked blatant, like you didn't know that guy was coming.
some of these guys are like turnstiles, the way people run around them.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said to you, I thought the McGovern signing 2 years ago was a good one. I have egg on my face for that one because, oh. So
I mean,
I'll give you another stat. You're going to love this stat.
come on, lay it on me,
This
man.
is just typical. So, last week, Justin Fields got into his first game, terrible
Right.
game. Numbers
Stunk it up. Yeah, stunk it
Yeah.
up.
So, do you know he was sacked 9 times, right? In his first game ever. Do you know that's not the worst? He's second. If I'm bringing this up, you know what team is number 1, right?
Of course. What?
Our New York Jets, Greg McElroy was sacked 11 times as in his first game in 2012. 11 times. Look at the records we own. Look at the records we own. Worst record in 3 seasons. Worst record, sacked the most times ever in a game for a starting quarterback. There's no other word to describe it, Kev, but disgusting.
I mean, I seem to remember a Jet Giant game where I think we sacked Phil Simms 11 times. I think.
Yes,
I
but
mean,
that wasn't
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm thinking about 11 sacks. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
11
sacks a quarter. Yep.
What? It's like, is there even an offensive line playing?
No, exactly. And this is why I don't blame the Jet fan who's not patient. These numbers that we could throw, and listen, these aren't numbers that are secret. Anyone could go on and find these numbers. I'm not giving you something that only I'm privy to. Everyone could find these numbers. These aren't pretty numbers. 18 for 49. Oh, man.
And I mean, I'm thinking about Corey Davis this week, too. We're going to step up against our old team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. 3 years, 37 million.
Yeah.
Could you like be a baller tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially against your old team who wanted nothing to do with you.
Right.
Show them they made the wrong move.
Let's see you take the game over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. 3 years, 37 million.
Yep.
That lets balls go through his hands constantly lately.
Butterfingers. Butterfingers.
Mm-hmm.
And listen,
you gotta stop counting all that money. Maybe you could catch a ball.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm at a loss. Everything,
I was gonna bet on the Jets today, or this week, but I figured I'd just be throwing my money.
Yeah, were they 7-point underdog?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
At home.
Yeah.
In week 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least we got Greg Gumbel and Adam Archuleta calling the game for us on CBS. So we're getting the B team for some reason, but I think that has more to do with Tennessee and their running back and their quarterback than it has to do with the Jets.
I mean, you're going to have receivers like Josh Reynolds, Nick Westbrook, Chester Rogers. I mean, I hope our defense can cover these no names.
Yeah, really. And you know what, Kevin? We can't even blame the play of the cornerbacks and the safeties because they've been probably a bright spot.
And I mean, can you put a spy on Henry this week? Like you can change it up, but can you have one guy that's your dude? See that guy, Travis Henry? That's your dude.
Yeah. Are we holding him under 100 or is he going for 125?
I don't know. He's coming off a 22nd career 100-yard game last week. So
22nd. Wow.
22nd.
Yeah.
22nd. Crazy. What else?
Meanwhile, we don't have a rushing touchdown this year. We don't.
I mean, I'm laughing because it's like you're going into week 4. You don't have a rushing touchdown.
We're
Holy
the
crap!
only team in the league without a rushing touchdown.
That,
Now, a couple of questions.
you
This
got to be
week,
kidding me.
yeah, we don't have a rushing touchdown. We don't have a rushing touchdown.
What do you even say to that at week 4?
Yeah.
What do you even say to that?
Yeah, we don't have a rushing.
Nothing. It leaves you speechless, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you another question. Are we doing Zach a disservice? And I don't include Josh Johnson, by not having a real veteran quarterback as the backup.
In his ear, absolutely.
Yeah.
I screamed all preseason, all spring, all everything. You got to get a veteran quarterback in here. Come on, man.
Now,
just for the knowledge in the quarterback room alone.
Now,
these guys got a question, these guys got a question or something. You need a Josh McCown. You need somebody that they can just say, hey, when whatever they want to ask. And the guy's been there before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So do you feel like Josh Johnson should be the backup instead of Mike White so he could go to him? Or has Josh Johnson been from every team from left to right, he playing those less than Zach?
You need somebody with some clout.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Perfect word. Okay. I was just curious what you thought.
That they're actually going to listen to, I mean, if I got Josh Johnson telling me this, and that, or I got, say, a Nick Foles who's won a Super Bowl and this and that, maybe I'm going to listen to him instead of Josh Johnson. I don't know.
No, I was just curious on your take because, Zach Wilson going over to talk to Mike White is like 2 4-year-olds talking.
Yeah, right.
Experience. They have no experience. They don't know. What is Mike White going to tell him? That's why I was wondering, is Josh Johnson a better option? But the way you said it was perfect. Josh Johnson is a journeyman. Do I really take, how much advice can I take from Josh Johnson? You try the perfect word, somebody with clout like a Nick Foles.
It doesn't got to be him, but somebody with like that's been there, Yeah.
I just feel like maybe because, listen, we're all fans of our teams, but we all like a player or two that we really want to see. Again, I'm wondering with this team at 0-3 and the tight end play disappeared. It looks so good in preseason. It's totally disappeared. We're 0-3. We always said this is the year, even though I know you don't want to hear it, this is somewhat of a throwaway year. We don't want to admit to that. Then why not let Yeboah learn on the field? Maybe it's time to bring him up. Maybe it's time to, now Mims is here. Let him stay here. Let's figure out going into year 2 under the Zach Wilson, Saleh LaFleur, blah, 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 Joe D regime, if these are the guys that we're building around.
I mean, I think you say, I'm thinking back. I mean, like you just said, that, we don't expect anything this year, and it's a building year, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, not that I love this guy as our coach, but I think back to Herman Edwards. You play to win the game.
No,
Period.
Again,
the idea of every season is to win the damn Super Bowl, whether it's a rookie quarterback, whether it's a building year, whether it's this. And you know what kills me? A couple times during the Bowls and the Gase era, when this ownership came out and said, no, the playoffs is not a mandate. Well, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
What do you mean the playoffs? Yeah. Every year the freaking playoffs should be a mandate.
No.
Maybe that's why this organization sucks so much and for so long, because that's your attitude that we don't have a mandate to make the playoffs. Then what the hell are you doing it for?
Yeah. No. Again, Kevin, I can't argue with anything you're saying.
The stupidity that makes a statement like that come out is incredible. Yeah. Whether you're thinking it or not, you come out and you tell your organization and your fans, There's
Yeah.
no man.
No.
If we don't make the playoffs, we really don't care.
All right, so then if I don't pay for the last 3 games of my
You're right,
tickets,
right.
you're good with that, right? You know?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just the frustration is insane.
Yeah. No, I know.
And I mean the PSLs and everything. When like I said, I had tickets in Shea.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We even increased them when we moved to the Meadowlands. But when you came up with that PSL thing and $10,000 per seat or whatever, and you sucked as usual.
I guess
that's when I went like this with my tickets.
no, I guess what I'm trying to say, Kevin, and I hate to use the word throwaway year, you're right. But if this is our first year under this new regime and we want to see what we're building going into next year, of course, you never want to think about next year. But at 0-3, Kevin, we're really going to have to start to think about next year and where we're heading. Mm-hmm. Isn't it time now to get all these guys in? Like, I understand Ashton Davis is going to see a little bit of time this week, maybe about 15, 20 plays. I get it. He's not in shape. Let's get him into football shape. Niesman is coming back. Sherrod Niesman, he's going to play. These are the kids now I want to see. Now. If you have no intentions of signing Marcus May when he comes back against the Patriots, I don't want to see him then.
Did you see May's agent said, "Oh, he'll be healthy. He'll be healthy by the trade deadline."
What kind of? I don't even want to curse on here. What are you kidding me? This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't hear and maybe they happen in other organizations, Kevin, and we just don't hear about because we only follow our team.
I mean, is that like he wants out? What does that mean?
Yeah. And you know what, Kevin? I was the first to say I wanted May here. I thought the Jets were foolish for not signing him. If he doesn't want to be here and his agent's already telling everyone he doesn't want, then get the hell out. There's the door. Don't let it hit you with the good Lord flip you.
That's right.
You know? And I like Marcus May. I thought he was a good player. You know,
but when you let your agent come out and make statements like that, he'll be healthy by the trade deadline. Yeah. What the hell? Come on, man.
Goodbye, Mr. May. I had your back. I fought for you. You don't want to be here. Goodbye. And this is what I'm saying now. Ashton Davis plays 20 plays next week against Atlanta, 40 plays. As long as he doesn't get hurt, I want to see now what our 3rd round pick is. I want to see what Sherrod is now. You know what? And I understand a line has to gel, but there's got to be a free agent out there or a trade that could be made. We do have trade chips. We do have money under the cap. For Zach's sake, please. For Zach's sake, let's keep the kid healthy.
And touching on what you're saying here, do you realize that he's 58 for 105 after 3 games for 628 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 INTs.
Yeah. 7 INTs
been sacked 15 times already. In 3 games.
Yeah.
In 3 games.
And at that pace, Ken, he's gonna be sacked 85 times. Yeah, no,
I'm reading these numbers. It's like incredible.
Yeah. And we wake up every year to this narrative. And my thoughts and prayers with Jeff Smith. Never want to see anyone in a car accident get hurt.
Absolutely. Yep.
Concussion. He's out this week.
Yep.
Where have we heard a Jet story in the regular season in a car and there was trouble? Didn't Robbie Anderson have trouble in a car, got pulled over? Something was in weapons or whatever. Didn't Muhammad Wilkerson get pulled over in a car? Marijuana, like
Sheldon too, I think, right?
Sheldon Richardson's son. Like, I feel like every year, it's almost, again, I have to make a joke at this, and I understand people might not get my humor. Is there some type of burial ground, like Poltergeist, where they build on, where these same mistakes keep popping up? And listen, Jeff Smith, car accident, concussion week, but like driving 115 miles an hour with a gun, with marijuana, like, It's
Mhm,
the same. Like even our off-season stupidity repeats itself over and over again.
mhm.
Okay, again, I keep bringing up the Jets because it's totally different from these others. But where have we heard another Jet in a car, another, accident or trouble or something brewing? Oh man,
I know, I know.
and
And
the, and the more concussion hurts, the Elijah Moore concussion hurts because Zach's in a rush to get the ball out. Our receivers are getting killed, and it's the same narrative. It's the
yep.
same. It's the same. It's the same. And that's what I said. I don't know if I said at the start of this show or off camera. I feel like the only thing that's changed is the number of the episode 28, episode next week, we tell the same story. We thought we had all these ballers. We looked like, wow, finally our practice squad looks like, and now we don't want to bring anyone in. If our tight ends are so bad, Kevin, and they look like they are, not, and I understand it's game plan and LaFleur, I don't know. Let's get your bow and let's see if this kid is the real deal. It can't hurt at 0-3. We got 2 touchdowns in 12 quarters. No running back has a touchdown. Oh,
2 touchdowns and 7 INTs.
yeah.
That's just bad football, man.
No,
That's just bad
I know.
football.
I know. And let's, and we're only up to like Wednesday's news. Like we still have.
Yeah, right.
So let's just talk now. We're playing Tennessee this week. The connection is they're the Titans. We were once the Titans, but
Yeah, I have a little
all right, so I'll let you.
I have a little new segment to the show that I'm introducing today.
Okay, so do you want to you start your segment and then I'll read my numbers because maybe it ties in and I don't have to read these. But go ahead, go do what you go.
Okay, our new segment is kind of be like a "Did you know?" FYI thing.
Okay.
As for each team that we play each week, we're going to give you a little tidbits now.
Okay, cool.
Connections, this and that. And I mean, some of the guys like us know this stuff, but some of the younger fans may not be aware of some of this stuff. That the Jets were originally called the Titans.
Yes.
Okay, and it was a dude named Sonny Werblin, okay, that bought the Titans for $1 million.
Wow.
Okay, he changed the name to the Jets, of course, because they started playing in Shea in 1964. And he changed the name to the Jets because it was right by LaGuardia Airport and all the planes were coming in all the time. So he figured he'd call the team the Jets.
Okay. So real quick, Kevin, I'm sorry to interrupt you. The only reason why I'm interrupting because was that in 64 or in 63? Because I have 63, but maybe you're right and I'm wrong.
No, 64, they moved into Shea.
But in 63, they became the Jets, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
all right, okay.
And the whole point was because it was by LaGuardia Airport.
Got it. Okay.
And another fact you may not know that the Tennessee Titans were originally the Houston Oilers.
Yep, that is true.
And the Oilers moved to Tennessee in 1997. Okay, and then 2 years later, I believe they changed the name to the Titans.
In 99. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, and do you remember the quarterback for the Houston Oilers, Mr. Warren Moon?
Yes.
I have visions of being and watching him with the oil rig on the side of the helmet and the whole bit.
Now you're bringing up Warren Moon, and me and you are of the same age. I'm going back further with the Dan Pastorini Houston Oilers, and what was the running back? Oh, I can't think of his name. Earl
Campbell.
Yeah. And you know what that team reminds me of? I'm thinking about it just now. The New York Knicks, who couldn't get over the hump in beating Chicago. Yep. Houston could never get past the Steelers. Those Phillips teams always 11-5, but they couldn't end the play. And you used to watch the Oiler games, and they used to play Houston Oilers.
And that was the old division line, division lineups too, when we had the Colts and stuff in our division. Yep.
Yes. And Seattle was part of the AFC instead of the NFC. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But going off on what you said on your segment, my segment is more of an inside the numbers. We try to
Let's
do
hear
it
it.
every week.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So the Jets and the Titans have played each other 45 times since 1960. The Titans lead the series, not surprised. 25.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
So in the 60s, the Titans played the Oilers?
As the New York Titans, yes.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So yeah, right.
Yep,
okay.
yep. That's the connection. Yep.
Yep.
So the Titans / Oilers or Oilers / Titans lead the series 25, 19, and 1. Okay. The Oilers at the time won the first 6 games that we played from 1960 to 1962. They beat us all 6 times they played us in that 3-year stretch. Isn't these, even when we do inside the numbers, it all sounds familiar.
It's all brutal. It's all brutal. It's all brutal, man.
Yeah.
It's all freaking brutal.
Yeah. Our first win against the Oilers came in 63, which happens to be the year we became the NY Jets. We've changed the name. And that was our first win. Now, just little streaks here and there. From 67 to 69, we beat the Oilers 5 times with 1 tie, I believe. Oh, no, we played them 5 times with 4 wins and 1 tie. I'm sorry. Sometimes I can't read my own chicken scratch. But the Oilers beat us 6 times from 91 to 96. We didn't meet them in 92 or 93. So those are just some of the streaks these 2 teams went on. Not a rich history, but 45 times they played each other, and another series we've lost.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah. We don't have a rich history, so you could understand Jet fans yelling and screaming at week 3 and being aggravated.
We don't even have a poor man's history.
You're probably right.
Let alone a rich history. Right. But you know what? I'm ready for picks. Are you ready for picks this week?
Well, give me a second. Let me see if I have other news for you, because I did have.
Yeah. What else do you have?
Okay. I already said that after 3 weeks we have no rushing touchdowns. Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Did I tell you? Pathetic, but correct.
Yeah. So here's something I found interesting. Now, these are just among rookie running backs. A positive light, if we could shine some down. After 3 weeks, now this is running backs who have the most yards after contact. Do you know one Michael Carter is ranked number 2?
Wow.
Yeah. 2.79 yards after contact.
Okay.
I had to give something promising.
Too bad one of those what did you say, 2.9?
2.79 yards.
Okay, yeah. Too bad one of those 2.79 yards wasn't into the end zone.
Yeah. But you know what? For a rookie, the fact that he's number 2 in the league, it says to me, we have to have an identity, and right now we don't. If ground and pound is our identity, feed the young kid with the young legs and run him 25, 30 times a game.
And that's just going to open things up for your quarterback. I mean, that's like offense 101.
Yeah, maybe we move away from the the running back by committee. We feed the young buck in Michael Carter, and we relieve him with a Josh Adams or a Tevon Coleman or a Ty Johnson or Pirine if he ever sees the field, this poor kid. Now what was his issue? Real quick, he's sick, right? Michael Pirine not on practice, non-COVID related. He's sick.
And I mean, if you're ever going to ground and pound, you want to do it early when it's still hot in a lot of these places. That's how you wear the defense.
Yeah, wear those teams down. What's going to be 81 in MetLife tomorrow?
There you go.
81.
There you go. That's why ground and pound early, man.
Yep.
Leave that defense gassed by the 4th quarter.
So here's the last number. Here's my last numbers of the day. Wilson has been pressured the most in the league. He's been under pressure the most out of any quarterback. And this one you're going to love. His receivers lead the league in drops with 11.
Nice. Batting 1,000, aren't you?
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Those are the numbers you don't want to lead the league in.
No. I mean, as a receiver, I mean, how are you dropping balls? I mean, okay, I understand some of them are like, but come on, man. When you got a ball right in you, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
I,
Now, are you happy, confused, tired? Like when you listen to
all of the above.
Yeah, I get. My question is like, you heard LaFleur take some responsibility. Well, you're the coach, you should. But when are you going to prove it to us? When are you going to show us the product out on the field?
Listen,
Is this the week we see the product?
It's like we watched over and over for the last couple of days. Every freaking week you come over and watch the film, make the corrections. Blah, blah, blah. We just got to get better. And it never happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when are we going to see the product? Like, we sat here, Kevin, preseason, and we were pumped. We said, we can't wait to see our shiny new car. We can't wait to take out our new toy and play with it. And we brought in, some weapons, but yeah, we're still keeping some weapons back.
We thought we were going to have a Lamborghini, and we wound up with an Edsel.
Yeah. Like here, I had
visions. As usual.
Yeah, exactly. But I had these visions, like the little kid at Christmas, and I had the 5 receivers running around my head. We're gonna go 5 receivers set, and I have to hear things like Mims doesn't play special teams, so we can't use our biggest prototypical receiver because he needs to play special teams. Or Mims doesn't know the Y position as well as Elijah Moore, so we can't play him there. Whatever happened to designing the playbook
for your players
around your players, around your weapons?
What do you do good? 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 Okay, let me make a plan for each one of you with what you do good.
Yeah. Like this year, you look at the Baltimore Ravens and they're banged up worse than any team in the league. What do they do good? They run Lamar Jackson till he's 50 runs carried till he's beat and tired and sweaty. And then what they do, they still continue to run him. This is what they do best right now. This is their game plan.
Look at all the good, successful coaches. Belichick, in Baltimore.
Yeah,
okay? Harbaugh. Yeah. Go back to Parcells.
Bill Walsh. Chuck Knox, Tom Landry. The list goes on. But you see, Kevin, these organizations that we just named, we're naming them today, 50 years later, 40 years later. And the teams that don't have the success, we're still naming them. The Jets, Detroit. I hate to put Cincinnati in because they look like they're on the swing. I hate to put Cleveland in because they're on the swing. It's like, when are we going to finally get off this merry-go-round?
Never. Man, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine.
Buffalo was a force last year with all they had, and they brought in Emmanuel Sanders as their 6th option. Meanwhile, we can't get our 4th and 5th option in the game because one's groin won't heal.
And they don't play special teams.
Yeah. And Mims doesn't know the Y. So what if he knows the Z? What? I don't even know. I'm not a good.
That's what I mean with all these coaches that we just named. These guys, they take a player and they'd look at what they did well and they make a game plan for them.
But I thought we were getting that with Salah and LaFleur. I thought we were getting football-minded, nose in the dirt, hitting the books, creativity. We've saw nothing creative this year. Has there been a double reverse, a flea flicker? Has there been
anything?
Meanwhile, New England had 2 trick plays against us.
Well, and I mean, could you come up with some of the stuff, a flea flicker, something to take the pressure off of the offensive line? Like, do you know what I'm saying? To keep the defense guessing. I mean, these defensive lines, They're up there with their ears pinned back, man. They
Yeah.
just know once he snaps the ball, just go get him because the offensive line is like a sieve.
Roll Zach out, some creativity. I mean, I watched my son's flag football game today. The quarterback was rolling out.
15 sacks in 3 games. 15.
Yeah.
That's 5 a game. That's pathetic.
Yeah, we're on our way to 85 sacks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I understand. I saw Brian Baldy, who I respect. He was showing you the film on Quinnen Williams. But you know what? In that, I agree. Quinnen Williams had the breakout game, but he can't disappear this week. Him too now. He's got to take those steps, start climbing the ladder. He had a sack and a half last week. Let's get a sack and a half or 2 this week. Let's start. And Quinnen knows it. He said it. He stuck up for Zach. He had Zach's back. Bless him.
Yeah, I saw it.
Leader. He even said himself he's got to get better. But let's see it now this week. No more invisible man, Quinnen. No more. You got to come out now.
And we were all fired up with the signing to Shaq Lawson. Where are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Penalties, 2 penalties, 2.
I was saying, oh, I know where you are. You're hitting the quarterback late. That's where you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, can we hit the quarterback when he's got the ball, not after he throws it?
Exactly. Can we start with the false starts in the neutral zone? Late hit on the QB, not enough men on the field. And I understand our special teams coach came out this week and took blame for the field goal, yada, yada, yada. I'm tired of this. You guys take blame every week. Let's correct our faults here, coaches.
Every time I see a late hit on the quarterback and a personal foul for 15 yards, I think Gastineau and Kozar every single time.
Well, you know
every
what
single time. And what kills me is they usually do it on 3rd down.
Yeah, on the key play. I know when we could get off the field. I know.
You made the stop, okay?
Yeah.
They're getting ready to punt you the ball, but no, wait. You decided to take 2 more steps and hit the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
After he threw the ball. So now it's 1st down again.
Yeah, it's gone to the point, Kevin, that every time I've been conditioned, and this is from years ago, this doesn't happen overnight, that every time a flag is thrown, I go, all right, what did we do now? What did we do now? And when it's not on us, I'm almost in shock. Like when it's on the other team, I'm in shock.
And I mean, as a coach, the stupid penalties, the late hit on the quarterback, blah, 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 okay? You'd do that once and you'd get a warning from me. You did it again, you'd go sit on the bench.
Yeah. Accountability. And we have, in the first 3 weeks, we haven't seen any of that. Accountability. We haven't seen any of it. But yet we hear a lot of chirping, and this locker room is starting to show some cracks. And after 3 weeks, they're already divided.
Mr. Fired up, Saleh, okay? You know, yeah, he's fired up. Have I seen you grab anybody by the face mask and start screaming at him? No.
And I don't want to knock a coach after 3 weeks, but maybe what I would like to see in pregame, I don't want to see you running the steps anymore. All right, do that on your time. You should be in that locker room 2 hours before the game, talking to each player individually and say, this is what I'm expecting.
I mean, is that supposed to impress us?
Yeah. This is what I want to see from you today, Mr. Quinnen Williams. This is what I want to see from you today, Fakasi. This is what I want to see to you today, Greg Van Roden. He should be talking to them and not doing his steps. And I hate that we're right now, we're the worst team in football. And these media guys know these stations. So what they do, they're solid running the steps. Meanwhile, every other coach is 2-3 hours before the game, last minute details in their players' ears, and he's running the steps. God bless him. He could run the steps. He's healthy. But it's not doing us any good on the field, because on the field, we're an unhealthy bunch.
It's not transitioning to the field.
We're an unhealthy bunch on the field.
Like I just said, when you got a guy who on 3rd down, you got a 3rd and 15 or whatever, okay? And the defense makes a stop, and then you got some moron on the defensive line or something that, I want to hit the quarterback. Or picks him up and body slams him or something, when it was 3rd and 15, incomplete pass, and you're getting off the field and getting the ball back for your offense. But no, because you were dumb enough to hit. when that guy comes off the field, can I see you grab him by the face
Yeah.
mask? Can I see you follow him through all the players and say, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
that again, you're sitting down.
Yeah. I agree, Kevin. I can't argue with you. I
You know,
can't
I
argue
know,
with anything you said
I
today.
know they're all prima donnas today, but
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
yeah,
I hear you.
now I'm getting pissed off at 9
No,
a.m. on a Saturday
and
morning.
you should. I'm trying to play the angel today and look for a positive swing. But we've read the numbers, Jet Nation. We read these numbers. This does not change. I read the numbers.
Brutal.
Season series New England, we're losing. Season series to the Broncos, we're losing. 31 losing season. It's about time.
Look up the Raiders.
Yeah, it's about
I can only
time
imagine.
a coach on our team gets pissed when some knucklehead comes to the sideline on 3rd and 13 and you rough the passer and give them 15 free yards. Not on my watch. Sit your ass down and learn how to play. If I'm gonna lose, I'd rather lose with player B than have player A make a knucklehead move.
Mm-hmm.
And if player B makes the same knucklehead move, I'll go to player C. Somewhere along the line, someone's going to get this lesson right.
Somewhere along the line, we're going to find somebody with their head in the game, not up there at you know what.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
and I mean, when you do stuff like that, it's just because you're not there, man.
Yeah.
You're not
well,
there,
your coach is not correcting it. It's,
there's no consequences.
You know what, Kevin? If I went to, I hate bringing up these little simple, little dopey things. If I'm in 2nd grade and on day 1, I write 3 + 4 = 9, and the teacher doesn't correct it, then every day I'm going to write 3 + 4 = 9 until the teacher corrects me. So when are we going to get these little stupid moves corrected? This is no longer high school football. This, you know what? I expect that in Pee Wee football, the kid, jumps too soon. The coaches have to hold him a little before. This is the pros. These are grown men. They're still.
That's my point.
I know it is. I know, but all right. Let's do all picks, Kevin, and have some fun. Should we talk about last week? Or do you not want to go there?
No, I don't want to go there.
All right. We won't rub it in then.
It was brutal. Just like the Jets.
I had a good week, Kevin. Oh, my brother, let's do this. Let's have some fun before we wrap up today.
Let's go.
What do you like? Washington at Atlanta. I'm going with Washington, Kev.
All right. Keep it interesting. Give me the Falcons.
Wow. Okay. Kevin likes the Falcons.
I think give me Matty Ice at home.
There you go. I think this is an easy one. Houston at Buffalo.
Oh yeah, come on.
Okay. All right. Now, this is the game.
Who's the quarterback for Houston?
Willis or whatever. But yet, you know what? Right now, out of all the rookies, he looks like he might be the best.
Yeah, right. Go figure, right?
Here's a game that I find very interesting. I know who I like. Detroit at Chicago.
I like the Lions.
So do I. Oh, wow. All right. I thought you were going to go Chicago because you've been on that bandwagon for a little while.
Right, yeah, well, when I saw the bandwagon play last week, he had a couple broken wheels.
Yeah, I like Detroit too. I think they're feisty. I think they play for Dan Campbell.
Yes,
I think he's also the type of guy who yells in people's ears. He seems to have built a nice little coaching staff there. You know?
They're feistier than we are.
Oh my God, yeah. And here we thought like a team emulates their coach. I thought Saleh was that guy, and we're not seeing any of that from this team. If anything, we're seeing no fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I agree.
This to me, and yes, I'm saying this, for me, for the 1 o'clock game is the game of the week. Carolina at the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good game.
Now, would you like me to say my piece first, or do you want to go first on this one?
I'm going to say, as much as I would like to see Sam keep doing well, I got to say, give me Dak and the boys at home.
Okay. Now, if I was a betting man, I know I say these same dumb lines if I was a betting man and gun to my head, I'd take Dallas. But I'm going to root for Sam and the Carolina Panthers.
You go.
I'm going to root for the Sam. So we'll have some debate between me and you on that one. Here we go, Kevin. Your favorite team you love to hate. The Indianapolis Colts at the Miami Dolphins. Who do you got?
I want the Colts.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Screw the Dolphins.
I'm with you, but I do think again, gun to my head, I think the Dolphins win at home.
Yeah, but
100 degrees in the humidity down there, but
give me the Colts.
I'm going to go with the Colts as well. Now, another game I find very interesting because Minnesota, I went back and looked at some of the Minnesota, like not all the game, but this is a team that could easily have been 3-0. And somebody I don't know if I heard it on Pro Football Talk. Right now, oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Kirk Cousins has better numbers than Mahomes and a few other quarterbacks out there. Yet the wins and losses aren't showing it because they lost by a field goal, lost by a missed field goal. Who do you like? Cleveland at Minnesota. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna take Minnie.
Okay.
Because the Browns, I don't think they're as good as everybody thought they were going to be, as they were projected to be. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, again, it's only week 4. You know, we're finishing off the first quarter of the season here.
Yep.
But
now, if we were sitting here 3 years ago, I would have taken Cleveland because they were still the lovable losers or the underdog team and rooting for the underdog to do well. Now they're not an underdog. Now they're a force in this league. I like Minnesota. I'm going to go with Minnesota to shock a few people at home. Like I said, Minnesota could easily be 3-0 if it wasn't for a field goal here, a missed field goal there. They could easily be 3-0. Kirk Cousins, I didn't go back to do the research, but I heard he's got great numbers. His numbers are one of the best in the league. I'm going to ride Minnesota this week. Giants.
Maybe we should have paid Kirk Cousins a few years ago.
Well, you know what, Kevin? He stuck it to us. We gave.
Yeah, I know he did. I know he did.
Just so see, now that you brought him, I'm pissed that I'm taking Minnesota because he stuck it to us, the son of a bitch. Oh man, maybe I gotta go with Cleveland. No, I'll stick with Minnesota. Thank you for that one,
bastard. All right, lay it on me.
We won't spend a lot of time. I think this one's easy. Giants at the Saints. Am I safe to say you like the Saints like me?
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, who gets a win first, the Jets or the Giants? I'll give you some time to think about it. You get back to me next week.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you by Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right, so we skipped the Jet game like we always do. KC at Philadelphia. This is
whoa. Don't skip the Jet game. Lay it on me.
Yeah, we never included them before. You want to include them this week? All right. Who do you got?
Tennessee.
Wow. You know you're going to get some hate mail, Kev.
Bring it.
You're going to get some hate mail, Kev. You know what? Just to have let me take my New York Jets. Let me take my New York Jets. So you know what? If the Jets win, we're both happy. But if Tennessee wins, then you have one game up on me in the stand.
Well, I figure if I pick Tennessee, maybe it'll be like an alternate curse type of thing. I don't know.
I hear you. That's why, Kevin, I went with the simple shirt today. No team.
Because the last 3 weeks I've been riding this team, and they've done nothing but stuck it in my Kulu. So
yeah. Well, I will tell you that for tomorrow, I will not be sporting anything New York Jets. I'm going to go back to my old ways. The first 3 weeks I wore some Jet memorabilia, thought I would change the curse, but the curse has gotten stronger. I don't know what to do anymore. It seems to be getting stronger.
It's almost time to light my towel on fire.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I'll join you. I got mine here somewhere. So Andy Reid is going back to Philly for the second time since he's left. Chiefs over the Eagles?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They got to get off the snide, man.
Okay. Yeah,
They're
1 and 2 at the bottom of the barrel in their division.
They're falling.
Yeah.
They're 2 games back already.
Yep. Okay, here we go. I know who I like, and I don't think this game is going to be as close as people think, but I've been wrong before. Cardinals at the Rams.
Oh, give me
I
the
like
Rams.
the Rams.
Yes.
And I like them big.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
You know, as of now, 3 weeks into the season, I definitely was wrong about Stafford. Like, you know how everyone's saying, oh, the Rams, they're crowning them already.
Listen, it's the environment where you are.
Yeah.
Look at Stafford. Look at Sam. Look at Bridgewater. Look at these quarterbacks that were second, third tier guys. You know that nobody, you know, from team to team to team. And you know, look at Tannehill.
Yeah. Week to week, losing's got to suck the life out of you. You know,
That's
it's
what
like
this team freaking drains
no,
you,
but not just the Jets, like Stafford with Detroit, you know.
Oh,
Sam
yeah, it's got to kill you.
Yeah.
Especially like the work you put in every week and everything, and you know that there's a 90% chance you're going out Sunday and losing. So
yeah, bringing in that dead end job, no promotion, no raise, no. All right. Seattle at San Francisco. Who do you got? Home game for San Francisco. I'm taking the 49ers. Props to you, Marco. Hopefully your team gets a win.
Yep. Give me the Hawks. I'll take the Hawks.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Just to keep it interesting here.
Okay.
Keep it interesting.
Baltimore at Denver.
That's a good game, man. That's a really good game.
You
know what?
Go ahead.
I got it. I mean, how can you? I mean, as good as Bridgewater and them, how can you bet against Lamar Jackson?
Okay, so you're taking the Ravens.
I'm taking
right?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, Denver this week is feeling very disrespected, and they have all come out to a man and said, you know, we're tired of hearing, oh, the teams we played are 0-10. You play who's on your schedule, blah blah. And Von Miller's right. You play who's on your schedule.
That's right.
You beat who's on your schedule. And in their case, I know they dominated us. I don't know if their first 2 wins were of the domination type of way, but this is how you win games. Winning games like this builds character so that when you're in a tough fight, you could say we know how to win.
We know how to win.
Yep. And it's tough to play in Mile High.
Oh, yeah, man.
Now, the funny thing is, Kevin, I gave this little spiel and I waxed poetic about Denver, but I can't take them. I'm going with Lamar and the Ravens. All that for naught. Here you thought
all that for naught. I thought you were going to lay it on me, and I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah. All right. I also think this is easy, so we could spend time if we want. Pittsburgh at Green Bay.
The Pack.
Yep, I'm with you. The Sunday night special. I think this is also easy.
Oh, man. This is easy.
Do we like Tampa Tom?
You know he wants 30-3.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think it was genius that in his press conference, he looked beat up, tired, and sick? The purple around his eyes. Like my better half looked at me and said, what does he have? Look at him. He looks like he's got, you know, not to make light of it. She's like, does he have COVID or something? The flu? What does he have? He looked like a beat up man. Like he looked, face was drawn, which I know it's his new lifestyle. So he looks shredded in the face area.
I think that's a little gamemanship.
Yeah, I think that's all part of his game plan. Oh yeah, I'm not feeling 100%. My and then he whoops him for 45-10.
Yes.
Maybe we get the Mac Jones butt fumble.
We could only hope. We can
And
only
let me
hope.
tell you, Kev, moving on, the Monday night game, get out your popcorn, get out your whatever you want, your pizza, your beers, your sausage sandwich with peppers and onions. Raiders at the Chargers could be the game
Nice.
of the week.
Yes. Yes.
Now, my Raider buddies out there who I'm friendly
Well,
with
yeah, absolutely.
are not
Same
gonna
here.
like me. And I hope they still stick by me as a friend. I'm just calling it the way I see it. I'm taking the Chargers at home.
Oh, yeah. At home. Yep. I mean,
Okay. Would you have taken the Raiders if it was a Raiders home game?
yeah, probably in the black
Okay.
hole. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Now the
Yeah.
Raiders had a nice win against the Dolphins after being down. And,
But I mean, this is for first place,
yeah,
really. So
yeah. I'm just worried that the Raiders, like the Jets, but the Raiders are doing much better this year, read their press clippings. Like they almost blew one against Miami for reading their press clippings.
yeah.
But I'm sorry, Raider Nation. I love you guys. You know who my boys are out there who root for the Raiders, but you could yell at me and scream at me Tuesday if your Raiders win, but I like the Chargers on this one.
So I'm looking here. We have 4 differences of opinions this week.
Okay.
Only 4.
All right. And that would be Washington, Atlanta, Carolina, Dallas.
Yep.
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
Which I didn't even want to go there, and Seattle, San Francisco.
Listen, I had to go there.
I know you did. I know. I think you're ready for a fight. So when people argue with you, you're ready to put up your dukes and let them have it. Yeah, I hear that. I understand that.
I mean,
all right, my brother.
I'm just trying to think realistically, you know.
No, I get it.
But I mean, when it's all said and done, all this crap with it, that's what it means nothing.
Yeah.
All comes down to what's on the field on Sunday.
Yeah, and listen, I heard a lot of Jets be positive. I heard a lot of Jets say they feel this team is going to go 2-3 in the next 3 weeks. Because we got
their mouth to God's ears. Let's see. Put up or shut up, man.
Tennessee, who's banged up. Atlanta,
talk is cheap. Actions.
No, you're right. But Tennessee, who's banged up. Atlanta on a neutral field. The bye week, and then we played the Pats, which Jeff fans are already calling the revenge game.
Oh, come on.
Yep. So we'll
till
see.
He figures out a way to sack Zach another 5 times.
Yeah. All right, brother. That's it on my end.
I mean, I'm trying to be positive here.
I know
I'm trying.
I know you are. I'm the same way. I'm trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel, the rainbow at the end of the stormy weather. I'm trying.
And I hope I'm wrong on my Tennessee pick.
Me too.
Me too. Big time. I hope I'm sitting here and I'm smashing an egg on my head. Oh yeah. How's it going with the eggs?
Well,
we don't need no eggs.
It doesn't look like I'm going to need it because they're not going to get close to 8-8 and 8-9 or 9-8. Hopefully that changes, Kevin. From your mouth to the football god's ears, I would love to sit here and do that. Nothing would make me more happy to have egg on my face.
I know. All right. Okay. Well, hey, man, we'll see you guys tomorrow, post game as usual. Yep. Okay. Hopefully we'll have big smiles on our faces.
Yeah. Smiling emojis.
Hopefully I can congratulate you on your Jet pick.
Yes. Yes.
All right, you guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all the college football today. Hey, go Arkansas. I've been digging the Razorbacks lately, so they got a nice team. So anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow post game. Have a great Saturday and enjoy the game tomorrow. And jet up.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, brother.
All right, you be good, brother.
You too.